think it makes sense because like
Okay.
you the leader. I'm following you. Like you know what I'm saying. In the
Oh,
church, you the pastor. You know what I'm saying. And I'm like
um, okay. So I'll be
I'm a
looking.
deacon.
You can cash at me 10% of your pre-tax income, because
Hey,
until you
bro.
do that, I'll send you my cash app. So, because until you do that, I'm not gonna lead the flock. I got a beat up old Ford. The rear view windshield wiper then fell off. So if I'm gonna be ministering and pastoring, I want all the benefits.
Okay. I mean, it's
All
supposed to
right.
be in the church. I'm the deacon.
Do deacons pay tithes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you can be a deacon then. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. Since we're talking about misogynoir, and misogyny and sexism is fully validated and fully perpetuated by the church, the
Mhm.
Bible, God, religious tradition, dogma, and casual believers, all Abrahamic religions, sexist, male
Absolutely.
chauvinists, murder cults. But misogynoir is not a new phenomenon, but it's a relatively new name that identifies a phenomenon. It is sexism and misogyny, particularly target towards Black women, women of African descent. It is rooted in the convergence of patriarchy, sexism, and racism. And those who engage in misogynoir are not exclusively Black or white. I mean, they're not exclusively racist. Black people, Black men, and even women have evidence of engaging in misogynoir, hostility and hatred towards Black women. And what's funny is, from my observations and engagements with misogynists and those who hold contempt for Black women just for being, it's I've literally had engagements and gone back and forth and confronted brothers who hate the Jezebel thought, and I've had brothers who the women who are achieving, and the women who live up to the standards of achievement and proper femininity. So it's really not even about the women being able to conduct themselves in such a way to dissolve or eliminate this attitude, because it's so deeply rooted in the fabric of society. Every element culture of this culture and society, the entertainment, the politics, uh, the economics, religious slash spiritual, even African spiritual systems such as the Kemetic systems, um, all have elements, practices, and beliefs that can be defined as sexist, misogynist, or misogynoir in terms of targeting hostility, resentment, disdain for Black women.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's most interesting about it is one of the questions that I wrote for myself in kind of processing what I thought about the idea and the concept when I was kind of preparing myself was, where is this rooted, right? Like I wanted to read it exactly as I wrote it because I liked it. Here we go. What confuses me is how Black men get suckered into hating the only safe space we have known, right? This idea that there's definitely a person who has never been loved or cared for by any woman or any man. Like that person exists, right? But in my life, the safest space I've ever been is in my grandmother's lap. And one of the things that when I started really confronting, like the way that I dealt with it and the way that I participated in sexism and misogynoir, like I really felt ashamed because there was a whole world that the women who had taken care of me my whole life had lived in that I didn't know existed, right? And that was one of the things that just left me being like, man, like these people have given me so much, and I have no idea what they face.
Yeah,
And that was a time when I was like, oh, I have to do things differently.
I appreciate you acknowledging that you were or are a sexist, because I am too as well. You know, I've had deeply seated sexist views, and even as I entered, you know, political, social, cultural consciousness, as I began to court and date and eventually marry black women, I just it took a lot of internal dissection and reconstruction in order to purge and to continue to purge and prevent uh, falling back or lapsing back into sexism,
Yeah,
because a
it's
lot
the
of
fault.
right,
It's the fault, right? Like, not to
right,
cut you off, but cutting you off. But like, one of the things that, like when you were talking about isn't everything. One of our jokes, and I would like other people to not take liberties that you take, because I don't know y'all like that. But like when Diallo and I are talking about, religious exchanges and what religion has done, like, absolutely, right? Like, I can clearly reflect on instances in church where we're taught to love everyone, but people in that church weren't treating the women with the same amount of love that we're supposed to be giving everybody else, and I don't quite know what that is. But now I have terms for it, right? Like, I definitely grew up seeing the contributions of women not be respected in the same way that the contributions of men were. Um, and one of the things that I find like incredibly interesting, especially like in a professional space, because my skill set is such that is pretty feminine, right? Like,
mm,
men build things and work with hammers and do things like that, right? But I sit at the desk all day. Uh, I read, I think, things that are not manly, right? Um, I find myself being kind of, oh, that's what that is, because people don't necessarily value those things because they're associated with women. Not we don't value those things, but if it's anything that is associated with a woman is less than. And what is
absolutely.
that about?